What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sailor Turn Gamer, and we are back in the building, coming at you with another Anthem video. This time, I wanted to talk about how to save Anthem. This video is going to be straight to the point. It's a very simple three-step process. I know there's a lot of things that need to happen in order to make Anthem better, but I wanted to specifically address three certain areas in the game that I feel need to change immediately to change the overall feeling and emotion and aspect and point of the game. Some of these things are going to take varied amount of time, and that's okay, but the point is to address these ideas, create solutions for possible fixes, and for Bioware to get in their minds and to let the community that loves this game know, like, hey, these things are problems. We want to publicly say we're addressing them, and this is how we're going to address them. Just give us time to make these specific changes, and you guys are going to get a better product. So that's what we're talking about today. You guys know the deal. Stay here and to be officially up to date on the latest in Anthem, ranging from patch notes, Q&A roundups, educational videos like this, news and updates, and a whole lot more. We are going to keep the train rolling on all of this Anthem content because I still enjoy the game. If you like the video, please be sure to actually like the video to get more people to see it. Be sure to share it if you really like it, and most importantly, join the fleet. Subscribe today. We are about 20 subscribers away from 100 subscribers, and if you're watching this video by joining the fleet, not only will you be up to date on our latest videos at all time, you will be able to be a part of this fantastic community and help us make our way towards 100 subscribers to get our own URL so we can officially be youtube.com/SailorTurnGamer. With that being said, we are going to get into the video. Let's talk about how to save Anthem. Alright.
As I spoke about in previous videos, I don't want this game to die. And so I have my own version or a version of how to save Anthem. Bioware has made a beautiful world. The world of Bastion is amazing. There's highs and there's lows, there's dungeons and there's valleys. The map really does feel big, and the flying mechanics are what separates this game from any other game in existence. The assets that exist in this game are interesting. Fort Tarsis has the potential to be amazing. It has so much potential to be really a great location. Imagine this location being something that teams of freelancers can live in, and again, you guys know how I feel about Bastion. The problem is that this whole experience feels like two different games, and thanks to Jason Schreier, we know exactly why. Bioware tries to tell its stories through methods that do not work with the type of game that Anthem is aiming to be, and to fix that, amongst a whole lot of other things, I think it's finally time that they take a look at Destiny and the vision for guidance. There's no shame in looking at others for help, advice, and direction. The game is lacking a lot of things as is the making of this video, but I feel as though that the people that still enjoy this game, aka the community that's left, we should all focus on offering Bioware options to improve it by giving information that can make the experience better overall. Me personally, I'm interested in more content, but I would prefer that they address the issues that exist now and move forward from there. At this point, if we all work together, we can have ourselves a fun new game on our hands. So let's talk about ways to save Anthem. Some of the ideas I've talked about in previous videos before, and so if you want a deeper explanation, be sure to check out my Let's Talk playlist where I bring up a problem and then discuss possible solutions to fixing those problems. The goal of the Let's Talk series is to raise awareness, educate, and continue conversations to make Anthem better. So, how do we save Anthem? Here's how. Step 1, acceptance. Yes, there is a stepped process, and it's a simple 3-step process. So, when it comes to acceptance, we have to hear Bioware admit that they've made some mistakes, but they have to be willing to say that and then follow it up by saying that they're willing to recover and not give up on this title. Acknowledge that it has unlimited possibilities, plus a fan base and a community that loves this game and wants the best from it. Once they do that, then they'll give us the needed assurance that we need to know that they really are committed to doing the best. Step 2, saving the fort. If this game is supposed to be in the vein of titles like Destiny and The Division, then let's do it. Let's not go halfway. Let's go all the way. Give the players in this community, give us what we want. Let us decide how this game is meant to be, and make the best decisions based off the information you guys are getting for the overall betterment of this game. Look, I've said it once and I'll say it again. There's nothing wrong with looking at something that you admire to become inspired and create something in your vision. And so, we need to address the feel of this game first. Fort Tarsis and Bastion are two different experiences, and so this needs to be addressed. This is the essence of what the game feels like on a day-to-day basis. This is what determines what type of game this really is when it gets down to it as far as the daily grind. I envision a world where Bastion and Fort Tarsis can have unison and cohesion. First up, Fort Tarsis. I understand Bioware really wants Fort Tarsis to be a solo experience, but this idea really needs to go. It's time that we abandon this whole solo, single-player, lonely, isolated experience. It's a place, like I said, it's empty, and it just feels detached from the entire game. In the beginning of the game, we all chose character models, and transforming Tarsis into a Destiny Tower-like location would not only bring life to the fort, but socialism as well. If this idea doesn't tickle your buttons, then use a similar system to the Division, where each player has their own map, but once you enter a group of any size, you then begin to be instantly transported to the leader of that session or world. Doing this will create an illusion of a world where we are together always, since the goal is to be in squads more often than not. It's awesome because in the Division 2, if I'm in a group, I can be in squads with a person who is in their version of the White House, and I can be in that exact same White House and experiencing everything that they impacted on their map while being in that current session. And it just gives me this overall feeling of togetherness. It's time to say goodbye to that first person point of view and give us access to third person everywhere in the game, not just during action. During those downtime moments where we want to be walking around the fort, it could really pay off dividends. Making these changes to Tarsis will not only create unity, but with the third person point of view changes, this will create a whole new suite of customization options and big cutscene opportunities for Bioware to work with. This means more chances to show more emotion during those cutscenes, and aspects like clothing items for your pilot could be introduced to the Forge to strengthen the lore and fashion in-game for betterment of an overall experience. Now, I know this is definitely something that could take months, but it would be worth it in the end to give us a better value and a better experience for Anthem. Alright, it's time to say goodbye to the unnecessary and tacked on launch bay. Even without Jason Schreier's article, we already knew that this whole thing was BS, and now it's time. We got to talk about it, and it has to go. I talked about this in a previous Let's Talk on ways to get rid of the bay, but let's not waste the actual asset. Instead, let's use it as a foundation for something better. And that something better is, I'm talking about a clan system, an actual real system that can be implemented to be something that's actually great. This would be the perfect location for a clan-only area that would house the exact things that are there now, with the additions of things like leaderboards, weekly and seasonal ranking systems with rewards, the ability to design the area, not with nothing too crazy, but maybe they could start with like packs you can get from the marketplace for gold or something like that. Or, maybe they would just do things that allow you to change the area colors, or possibly hang banners, or just give you like a basic creation system that's based off of simple selections that we could use to choose things between like a variety of logo choices. We can, be able to obviously name our clan, be able to choose anywhere between 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 colors for the clan, and just to be able to allow our clan launch bay, our clan bay, to be based off of those choices. I think that making this change could really transition this place into a situation or a location where nobody really goes into something that's actually and truly beautiful. The launch bay could actually develop true meaning. And I think that this could not only do that, but it could add to the lore and the depth of the game. So, now that we talked about the fort, let's move on to Bastion. Free play needs to be a place where we never want to leave, and give us a kind of experience that everything in the game has to offer. Think Division. Everything in the game needs to share this one map. Again, I say, think Division. What I mean by that is that We should be able to queue into strongholds from free play by accessing our map, or at least be able to travel to the doors of whatever stronghold we're seeing on the map. And once we get to those doors, we should be able to talk to a Cypher, Sentinel, or Arcanist NPC, or maybe a stronghold board to be able to queue up for that mission. The free play sessions should be basically a 4-person team. Whenever I hop into Bastion, that way I can use push to talk. And when I'm doing things like queuing up for strongholds or contracts, that would be something really, really cool if they allow me to decide if I want to queue solo or with the free play team that I'm currently with. And speaking of contracts, in Destiny, while in the open world, you can do patrols. Simple yet engaging activities that give you gear, experience, and currency to keep you motivated while going through the open world. Well, this sounds a lot like a contract. So, a simple solution: while in the open world, there should be beacons that you can interact with to give you these contracts. This is something that could change free play to allow you to be out in the world and have your essential yet standard contracts be something that could change for the better. I mean, let's face it, the contract systems and the contracts that we have access to right now are basically irrelevant because of the power levels of our current javelins at this point in the game. And I think adding these to free play as beacons would be better suited as a side activity that would strengthen and add overall depth to free play. Let me know what you guys think about that idea in the comment section below. Alright, so another thing I want to cover is let's add more activities to free play for more consistent fun and, again, depth to the world. I'm big on depth in free play because I think that is the potential of where this game could go. And that is the direction in which I believe the game should go. So, this particular concept is revolving around things like Court of Oryx from Destiny and Archon's Forge, or anything similar to that Destiny has done in the past, present, or future. I want to talk about the Fortress of Dawn. This place is supposed to be special, it's supposed to be legendary, and yet it's as shallow and empty as the rest of free play. There needs to be a horde mode game type set here like the ones I listed earlier. The perfect time to introduce this would be the Cataclysm system, or if it's not ready by then, I would be perfectly fine if they let us know this is something that they're working on to actually implement much later down the road. It would give the players in the session a place to converge besides world events and contracts to face down something more deadly. Imagine this: going through rounds and periodically receiving loot from chests at a like 5 to 10 to 15 round implement, so on and so forth. You know, whatever round setting they want to set that, but just imagine at certain rounds you can actually receive loot that drops as a whole from chests. They could even add the Elysian caste system to this that would be made special with this particular type of event. It would drop specialized things for the Legion of Dawn area or mission type or horde mode, game mode, whatever they want to do. And even add something where at level 20 or round 20 or some type of summed up round where they could actually drop something from that cash system. The round stuff can be flexible, and I believe that this could really be a dope idea. Let me know what you guys think about this as well, adding a system to integrate the players together for a huge event. There's a lot of other things that we could add into free play, including more world bosses, turning the animals into something that are just actual attack type enemies, adding to more of the wildlife other than scorpions. You know, there's a lot of things that we could add, and I could go on and on and on, but we got to talk about step 3, an actual progression system. Anthem lacks any sort of meaningful progression system at a fundamental level. What I mean by that is specifically the crafting system. It definitely needs help, and it definitely and desperately needs to be expanded. Where's the ember economy? Why can't we use embers of one quality and upgrade them to gain an ember of a different value? Rare embers should be able to be sacrificed to create epic embers, and those should be able to be sacrificed to make masterwork embers, which you can see then you would be able to craft masterworks with a specific, function. Now while crafting a particular masterwork, there should be a certain percentage chance at producing a legendary version of that masterwork you're crafting. This would allow every ember to serve a purpose and giving more meaning to the crafting system. Also, if you guys have any ideas on ways to increase the overall depth of the crafting system, please let me know, because I think that is one aspect in the game that desperately needs more help and desperately needs more direction and depth to specialize this game and turn it into something that could be great as well. Of course, you have the potential of adding a recalibration system of some sort, similar to the Division, to Anthem, that would strengthen the crafting system as well. But let me know if you guys have any other ideas also. In the end, there are so many things that I could highlight and so many things that I could discuss in this particular style of video. And if you guys want more of that, I'll be more than happy to have a part 2 of this video. Of course, there's loot, but that's obvious at this point. There's always the issue of fixing bugs and changing luck into something that's definitely better to improve the overall builds and functionality of the game into something that's a lot better and different as well. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. In the end, I just really want to say thank you for making it this far in this video. There's so much that I can discuss. And if you did make it this far in the video, be sure to stay here for all things Anthem for not only most consistent coverage, but the best. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. And if you really love the video, be sure to share it to give more people an opportunity to get their hands on the type of content we create here at Save Anthem Gamer. And most importantly, join the fleet by hitting that sub button, people. Hitting that sub button gives us an opportunity to continue to grow. And we are 20 subscribers away from 100 subscribers, which will give us access to our own URL. So that way people can hit us up at youtube.com/SailorTurnGamer. Help that reality become a real thing. Join the fleet. Help us grow. Be a part of this train. And let's continue to keep the ball rolling on that. Until then, this sailor will be out in the open ocean. Peace.